Hey guys, welcome. Today we're making a zombie hand that was originally supposed to be a thing from Wednesday, but kind of didn't look like that. So we're just gonna go with zombie hand. Alright, now I've got some catching up to do. But I got the Rice Krispies. I did kind of like a rectangular shape for the palm, and then I just did small little portions like at each joint of the finger, you can see. And now I'm just smoothing it out. This is like a little tool from my clay sculpting kit, but you could just as easily smooth it out with your hands or anything similar. I think making this hand and then putting it on top of a cake would be kind of cool. I just made it by itself. Actually, yeah, for Halloween, that'd be cool. You can set it on the table like with the other favors and snacks and stuff. That'd be cool. I'm trying to position it because, like I said, the idea was that it was supposed to be a thing, and the way he walks is basically how I was trying to position it. And that's kind of how it is. Once we get the exact positioning that we need, I'll use frosting and it'll kind of harden it. See, all the moving that I've done with it, you can see that there's some cracking, and we need to fix that. I grabbed some little pieces of Rice Krispies and I'm just filling in those, delicate spots. We're going to smooth it out again using that other tool, just like we did earlier. Looking back on it, I kind of don't mind it just laying down. That might have just been easier to deal with, but honestly, the fact that I want it to be standing up will give it more character, I think. This is, whoa, what was that? What? That was creepy. You saw that, right? No, I'm just messing. I just did a little cheap editing trick, but I thought it was kind of cool. So now I've borrowed a cupcake, and that'll help it stand on its own while I paint it. Looks like hand is just chilling, like he's on vacation. But oh yeah, okay, right now we're mixing. I was trying to get kind of like a peach color, which didn't really matter because we're going to cover it up anyway. This is chocolate, and I'm just painting it on. I do a thin layer at first, but then realize it's still kind of bumpy, so we'll end up doing a second layer, which you'll notice in just a bit. But I think this part is funny. It reminds me of Spy Kids. I think the first one was like the bad guys are hands. Floop is a man, help us, save us. I don't even know if I did that right. But anyway, all right, this is the double layer of the hand, and now we need to do the other side. So we're going to carefully take it and do the same thing, same procedure. Little painty. It looks like those wax hands that you get at like carnivals and places sometimes. And this time, instead of doing 2 coats, I just figured I would do a heavy coat. I didn't record the process of me scraping it because it was really bumpy again. So I used one of my clay tools to scrape it and make it more smooth, and that's why you see the little shavings there. Now it's time for me to go to work, so I'll be back. So where I work, they were hosting an event, and it was a Walking Dead themed, and the coordinator found out how much we loved The Walking Dead, and he set it up so that we could meet them. We met Father Gabriel, Aaron, the governor, and they were all so nice. It was so cool. Like, it was such a surreal experience. It was really cool. Okay, I'm just using this thing, so we'll see how it goes. Wish me luck. Okay, back to it. So I got an airbrush. I hadn't used it. I hadn't used one in like 10 years or longer. So I was a little rusty. So I'm using the classic cocoa powder trick that I use in almost every video to give it a natural look. And I don't like that very much, actually. With the texture against, I think, the oiliness of the melted candy, it just makes it look a little weird. On top of it, it looks kind of cool. So I'm just gonna keep adding. Oh gosh, what have I done? That's too much. Look. What are we gonna do with this? What do you think? Spoiler alert, we are not almost done. We're not even halfway through the video. And I will tell you it's because I end up pretty much starting over. And I don't know if it was even for the best, because it kind of looks cool right now. So I guess if you make it through the video, let me know if you liked this version better or the end version better. They're completely different, and that's why I said I didn't want to call it Thing from Wednesday, because I just didn't get Thing vibes from it, you know? Anyway, I'm cutting out a nail, which sounds kind of gross. I'm just scraping it. Honestly, you can stop right here. If you are doing this, if you're following along and making this also, I think this is pretty simple, gets the job done, and you can finish here, put it on top of your cake or whatever you're gonna do. Looks cool. It's good enough, you know? Spooky enough. Because there is such thing as overdoing it, which is what I'm about to do right now. I start adding the scars and I'm getting just football vibes, and I'm not digging it. I do a photo shoot thinking I'm done. We're done with this, but I just start over. I start scraping everything I took off because I didn't like it. I also didn't like that the hand was so like thick. I wanted it to be like smaller, which honestly in hindsight I don't think that was the main issue. I think it had to do with like the colors and the textures of that cocoa powder that it gave it. So here we are. Let's start over. As disappointing as it is oddly satisfying. Scraping all the colors away. It looks cool. I end up getting most of it off, not all of it, but we're gonna try the airbrush again and see if we can cover that up. My airbrush kit didn't come with the color I wanted, so I bought a peach color, food coloring, and I mixed it with vodka. They said that helps. And I got kind of the color I wanted, but it's still a little too orangey in my opinion. This is what I'm saying. I think I like the other color before better. So I'm just trying to fix it by adding more colors. And to me, this looks a little too alive, you know? And we kind of want to make it look more like dead, you know? So I'm airbrushing on some blackish gray. I can't really remember. Probably black, but I'm adding it very lightly. And this is where I overdo it. This video has just turned into a how not to make an edible hand. It's fine. I'm sure someone out there will think this is cool. It's not my favorite work, but I put so many hours into it that I felt like I had to put it out anyway. It just kind of reminds me of like, it looks like it was like grilled, like somebody put thing on the grill and overcooked it. Oh, here's me spelling out like and comment, subscribe, all the things if you want. Or, I mean, honestly, if you don't like this, I don't blame you. But let's get back to it. We've got just a few things I want to do. I want to make the scars a little more prominent. And I changed the settings on the airbrush so that, yeah, you can see that it's a little more thin. It won't be as big, like the spray amount is less. This part seems insignificant, but I think up close it does make a little bit of a difference. I like the top part, like where it has the stitches where at the wrist. I think that looks pretty cool. And now I'm using a little paintbrush. I'm just doing black food coloring straight up and just going over those stitch parts to make them pop, give it more like depth. Whoa, I got really excited about the word pop. And now with that black food coloring, I'm just dabbing. I'm not trying to like glide the paintbrush around, you know, I'm just blotching, you know, because that's how like the stitches look, right? Just like bloop, bloop, bloop. And I think that really makes it look like fresh, you know. And now we're getting to the final touches. I'm just adding the last scar. I decided to give the nails also a little bit more depth, just by adding a little bit of white to the nail beds and like kind of like cuticles. And with that, I think we should be done with this. And photo shoot time. What do you think? I didn't actually bite into it because I didn't want bluish black teeth. But we're done. I finished, I did the photo shoot, and then, of course, I didn't think I was done. But I'm just making the other scars stand out as opposed to just that one main one. That's all I'm doing here. Check out my other stuff. I've got some pretty cool stuff. I know I always say this. I did a cute little Groot, baby Groot in a pot cake that, by definition, went viral. Just saying. The short, people loved it. And it is really cute. So you should check that one out. The how-to, I think it's pretty short too. I did some Pac-Man cupcakes. I did a Mickey Mouse hat cake, personalized. That one's pretty cool. Epcot cake. Got some pretty cool stuff. Minions, if you like the Minions, check out the Minion little cupcakes. There's a lot to check out on this channel. If you haven't, I don't just do spooky, charred hands. But I will make another attempt at this. I think my second attempt will be better. You will see it and you will say, she is absolutely right. But anyway, thank you for watching. If you have any ideas, let me know in the comments. I'm always looking for them. Our next video will be a Resident Evil themed treat. So stick around. Bye.